Today I'm going to be showcasing Juggernaut Cloud, the platform, how processes work, and showing you a practical use case around creating a trading tool around Polymarket specifically. So I've been seeing Polymarket grow in popularity, but haven't seen a lot of practical use cases on how to build uh, tools, systems, agents, whatever you want to call them, that can help you leverage, different data points, different tools, give you a prediction that you can be confident about. So I wanted to create something to test it on my own, and also thought it'd be a great use case to showcase. So the way that Juggernaut works is we like to think of everything like a reusable template. You have inputs and outputs, right? So just to kind of start from the beginning, this particular workflow takes in a symbol. So we say Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then you also pass in a prediction maybe related to that future or asset. So, in this case, if we put in Bitcoin, we would put in a URL for Bitcoin up or down in 15 minutes. This is also flexible to work with a lot of other different crypto related Polymarket predictions. So the way that Juggernaut works is once you've created your workflow, you then break everything down into different stages. So in Juggernaut, we call these stages pipelines, and this pretty much is a collection of different tasks that will be executed at the same time, um, in order, or even conditionally. So there's different benefits around doing this, mostly around, you know, whether you're trying to optimize on speed or if you're trying to use or leverage, information throughout a given process or pipeline. So for this workflow, we have, you know, four different pipelines or phases, as some like to call them. The first one is our data extraction phase. So this is where we're actually using third-party tools and APIs to pull in, different information from the or about, Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever we're running our prediction on. So I'll dive into that a little bit more. So every task in a workflow or process has an output. In this case, the output being generated is performance snapshot. We are using this API service that I found that can pull in real-time information on a given stock or cryptocurrency, and then we supply it with the information it needs. So some information being hard coded, and other information being reference points. So we use at symbol because that's one of our inputs. So this allows it to run it. This allows us to run this process on any symbol that we input. I won't go into this entire workflow. I'll just do a high level walkthrough of it. But after we pull in this data, we then start to use this data and analyze it. So we have these different tasks here that are all focused on technical analysis. So I can click on this prompt as an example. And within this task, we are using a large language model and we're feeding it this information. So this is information that is pulled in from that first few set of tasks. We can then reference it kind of like a template, give a set of instructions, and get more consistent results. So diving into this task a little bit more, this is a structured output. So we're able to define, what that structure looks like. We're able to, import from, different formats to kind of accelerate that process as well. And the final output that we care about is called, our execution plan, right? So after all of this analysis that you've done, what should I do? Should I trade this or not? And we have the ability to, view all of our results in kind of a central place. In addition, we can execute this process here directly in the platform by clicking the execute button or trigger it in an API. So this allows you to extend different systems or agents and give it that deterministic execution layer. So we can go look at some results now. And the powerful thing about Juggernaut is we don't just give you the raw data. We allow you to create these interactive experiences around that data. So we believe that a lot of these AI generated processes or AI driven processes have action points that you need to take, right? So the best way to present that information, it might not be in a PDF or a PowerPoint. It might actually be in an interactive dashboard. And in this particular case, it told me not to take this Polymarket trade because it didn't feel very confident in the odds, even though it did say, it thought it would go up, and I can, assert that it actually did go up. But obviously, this particular trade could have gone wrong, which is why it's like avoid it, right? So in this, pretty much saying that the setup is kind of choppy and there's not really a clear picture. But as a Polymarket trader, I have all this visibility, and I have a place where I can directly take action and execute, which is right here in this dashboard. So that's the execution part. Now the performance. So we can then say and quantify how much it costs to run this process. We can see the cost. It costs us 5 cents. We see how long it takes to run. And then we can also see the amount of credits that we use within Juggernaut. So this allows us to make a lot of different decisions if we want to optimize on speed, performance, so on and so forth. We also have access to the raw data logs, so we can get a clear sense of how it got to its final decision, identify points of failure, or maybe even just get some deeper insights into how it came up with a certain decision. This is a high-level overview of Juggernaut. We'll be doing more overviews and demos in the coming days and weeks. Likes, follow, and subscribe for more.